in this video. Now we are going to see the subject business studies. In business studies, we are in the first chapter. We just saw what is business. What we will just refresh the main key point we discussed yesterday, which is we saw that business means act of being busy, isn't it? Now we are going to see characteristics. Characteristics, what are the following characteristics? First one, it is an economic activity. An economic activity. What is economic? Economic means the main motive is only money. So only for money we are doing business and not for love, affection or sympathy. That is called as economic activity. We already discussed that yesterday, but now we are going to see that in depth. So business should be with the object of earning only money. The main objective, or object means what? The main motto or the main ambition of the business is to earn money by way of profit. So that is called as economic activity. In business there is no name for love, affection, sympathy or sentiment. Nothing will be here. It may be that either it may be small level or individual level. So the business can be a small level. One person also can do a business, or it can be done by a large scale. See, even one person can have a petty shop. Okay, va? So even that petty shop is a business. And a very big company like Reliance is also a business. So it may be a small thing or a large thing, whichever it is, the object is only money. That's all. The first point is economic activity is the character in which we are saying whether small one, individual doing thing or big one like Reliance, whatever it is, the main objective is only money. Second one, procurement or production of goods and services. Procurement means what? Procurement means buying of goods. Okay, well, procurement means what? Buying of goods whichever you want. Say for example, if I want to make a cycle, I need tires, I need iron rods, isn't it? So I can get iron rods from outside. The wheel I can purchase from outside. It is called procurement. What is production? Production is I myself is producing the wheel. I myself create the wheel. I myself do every parts of the cycle and give the best output also. So that is called production. So in business there will be production or procurement of goods or services. If without procurement or without production, whatever, without procurement and production, you cannot deal with the product, you cannot make a good, isn't it? So to manufacture a good, every industry in which it is either it manufactures the goods it deals, either it will manufacture the goods it deals, or acquires from the producers to sell it further. What does it meaning? So I am doing a business activity. What is a business activity? I already told you. Business activity means we have to buy, that is purchasing, and then we have to sell. So all these are business activity. So for doing this business activity, every business activity will have the manufacturing goods. Manufacturing goods it deals means if my final product is cycle, I will myself produce or manufacture the wheel, I myself will manufacture the seat, I myself will manufacture the bell, everything I myself will manufacture. Either I will manufacture or I will just get every product from one store I will get cycle bell, from other store I will get wheels, and then I will fit and give the product to sell, isn't it? So there should be two activities for business like purchasing and selling. Either I will purchase what? I will purchase my raw material which I want to manufacture the goods. So to manufacture the cycle wheel, what I want iron rods, isn't it? So I will buy iron rods and I will manufacture the cycle tire, the wheel, the rim I will manufacture. Then I myself will manufacture the tire. For that I need a material called rubber. So I will either manufacture the goods or I will purchase it. Acquire means what? Purchase it from the producers. Whomever is producing, I will go there and deal with him. The person, if I have to produce cycle, I will go to the wheel manufacturer, wheel producer. I will go there, I will give money, I will get the wheel and I will come to my industry. What I will do? I will fit everything and I will sell the final product. So second important character is what? Production or procurement of goods and services. What is that? Services means what? So to fit the bicycle, you need someone called a repair person or a service manager, isn't it? So to fit that, you need some person, assistant. So that what he is doing is called service. Okay, va? So you cannot produce the service. You have to procure the service only. You have to get from someone only. Okay. Now, what is the third point? Sale or exchange of goods and services. So sale or exchange. Now we have produced the goods. What is the next point you should do? The next thing is, after purchasing, one concept is over. We have purchased. Now next concept is what? We are going to sell or exchange the goods or services. So directly or indirectly, we transfer the goods or we exchange the goods or services for value. What is that meaning? Value means what? For money. That value means money. Okay, ma'am? So some price will be there. Right? We will either transfer directly or indirectly. What is directly? Means I am selling to the customer directly or to the wholesaler directly, or somewhere we are selling it directly. Indirectly means we are going to exchange for goods. Means, say for example, we are giving the waste products. Okay, the scrap and all will be there. If we are producing, there will be some damaged things and all, no. So we will give to the Kailangadai, we say, no, we will give there and we will give it. We'll get some money, no. So that is exchange of goods. So what is transfer? Transfer means like a sale. Exchange means giving the waste. So either we directly or indirectly, what we are doing? We are transferring or selling the goods or exchanging the goods. That is what they are saying here. So if the goods are produced not for the purpose of sale but for personal consumption. So I have produced the goods. Yes, in my industry, cycle industry, I have produced the cycle, but I am not selling the cycle. I am using the cycle for my own purpose. I am giving my cycle to my child. Okay, for him or her to drive. So in that case, we are using for our personal thing. So that is not a business activity. If you are producing some goods, if you are not selling, and if you are using for personal thing, if you are using it personally, it is not a business. In your home, your mother is cooking. It is an activity or not? Yes, it is an activity. Is it an economic activity? No, it is not an economic activity. It is a non-economic activity. For what we are cooking? For personal consumption, isn't it? We are not going to sell the home cooking. We are not going. Mainly purpose is to eat for us only. So it is not a business. So that is what they are saying. So in case if it is a restaurant, if my mother is having a restaurant and if I am cooking there, the main purpose is what? The main purpose is to sell for others, isn't it? So in that case, it is a business activity. If my mother, see the same activity, if my mother is cooking for me, my family, it is not a business activity. It is an uneconomic activity. We saw that, isn't it? It is a non-economic activity and it is not a business also. Okay, if my mother is having a restaurant and she is cooking for these servers, if she is cooking for the customers, means then it is an economic activity. Then what you are cooking and what you are serving to your customer is a business, and you give that for some money only. No, you can't get it for free. So you are giving some money and you are buying. So for some value. This is the characteristics of business. Either we buy or either we sell or exchange the goods or services. That is what they are saying. Next one, dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. Every time the goods and services we should be dealing. See, in a business, there may be a procurement of raw material. There can be a procurement of the products itself. But this procurement will happen on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis also. Where however it can happen. Are you able to understand? But it will be happening regularly. It will be happening regularly. Only one time I'm going. See, I'm having one product. I'm having one computer now or laptop. I'm having one laptop. I am going to sell it in Amazon or Flipkart or one time alone I'm going to sell that. I'm not producing it, I'm not manufacturing it, I'm not doing anything about it. I have used it for so many years. I just want to sell it to someone for second hand sale. Okay, in that case only one time I am selling. That case it is not a business. Are you able to understand? If I am selling in only one time, it is not a business. Every time I have to procure, every time I have to sell, and it should go on for a regular basis for a motive of profit. Then it is called a business. So the person who is purchasing the goods is also not for business. That one time purchase or one time sale for one day. One day it happened. I can't call that as business. That is an activity. Yes, it is an activity. It is an economic activity. Yes, it is consisting of money, isn't it? So it is an economic activity only. But is it a business? No, it is not a business. Business means the transaction should be regular. So in here transaction is not regular, so it is not a business. You should classify three things. Whether it is an activity. Yes, it is an activity. Is that activity an economic activity? Okay, is that activity an economic activity? After that, is that a business? You have to see. So you have to see three things and then only you have to decide. So one time sale is not a business. That is what they have given in this point. Next one is profit earning. I told you already, the main objective or the purpose of the business is to earn profit only. Everyone wants only profit kana. Okay va? Without profit no one is going to earn. Okay va? Without profit no one wants to do business. So everyone's motto is business. In business is only profit. If there is no profit for a long time, the business cannot run. It means what? If profit is not there for a business, then you have to shut down the business and you have to close the business and you have to quit. That is what they are saying. So only when there is a profit, the business will be continuing. So profit is very important. Every business person will be having the idea how to maximize the profit. That is what their main idea. Every person, everyone will be seeing on that point only. Everyone wants to increase their profit only. Without profit, they will not work. So how they will increase their profit? Either they can increase the sale. So they can increase the sale or they can reduce the cost. You know, right? Adi Tallubadi, we discount sale, annual clearance sale for Chennai Silks and all. We have seen the advertisement, isn't it? What is that mainly for? It is to increase their profit. Okay, to increase their sale, they will reduce the cost and they will sell more so that they will get more profit. Now, next point, uncertainty of return. What is uncertainty of return means? It means that the profit, when you will get the money, what will be the amount of return? See, if I am investing 1 lakh rupees or minimum for a business to start, I need 1 lakh rupees, you think, even for a petty shop. So I am investing 1 lakh rupees. How much will I get in return in next month? Do you know? How many customers will come? How many profit you will make? Will you have any idea in the starting? No, right? So That is what they are saying as lack of knowledge relating to money that business will earn. That is what they are saying. So in this what is the main thing they are saying? So we don't know. We have invested the capital. So the activity is going on. Business is going on. We don't know when will we get back that 1 lakh rupees. We have invested 1 lakh. So as a profit I need 1 lakh. So when will I get? I don't know. That is what they are saying as uncertainty of return. Some people may have their business place in popular place. Say for example in T Nagar, if I am having one shop, my sales will be more than having in Namakkal, isn't it? So if I am having a petty shop, even a small shop, if I am having in a place like T Nagar where people will be more, my sales will be more. At that time, if I am investing 1 lakh, I will get that return within 1 year or within 2 years itself. I will get that return. But if I am placing in Namakkal bus stand, okay, same petty shop, I am investing 1 lakh, will I get that return? No, because the population is less here. So we have to see every other demand. We have to see how far the people will purchase. Everything we have to see. So here, if I am investing 1 lakh rupees, when will I get back that? Can I say that I will get back in 2 years or 1 year? Is there any guarantee? No, there is no guarantee. So we don't know when we are going to get that money. That is called as uncertainty of return. Next one, element of risk. Element of risk means what? Every business is associated with profit or loss. Either you will have a profit or loss. So if you are having profit, it is well and good. You cannot expect a business to give profit in the initial stage itself. You have to wait for some time for the business to give you profit. So till then you will be suffering only loss. So you should always, there is a risk of loss in business. So uncertainty is always associated with exposure to loss. We have already said no, uncertainty of return. That point is now associated with what? Now it is associated with risk. That is risk of loss. It is caused by unfavorable or undesirable event. See, we expected something but it happened something which is unexpected or unfavorable situation which caused the loss. So, the risks are related with certain factors. What are the factors? See, I thought in Namakkal everyone will be everyone will like to have some different variety of parotas or some kind of meet and eat or KFC. Okay, I am opening a KFC restaurant or a meet and eat restaurant in Namakkal. I thought that people will be having more praise on it and I started. But having been this city being hot, everyone is preferring to go to ice cream shop only, and now they are not coming for this chicken shop. They are not coming. So now their taste have changed. Now people are going for only ice cream shop. So because of that, what happened? Now it is uncertainty. I didn't expect this from people, isn't it? So we don't know how the people's taste will change. So when the customer's taste changes, then your business activity will face some loss. If there is a lockdown means what? Now I am having a lockdown, now we are in lockdown, isn't it? This lockdown, or if my workers are making some strike, I will not work. If they are making some strike, at that case also we will be facing loss. Okay, then any other condition also there. If there is a fire in our business, then a godown, it is a loss. If there is a theft, it is a loss. So for loss, there are many examples for loss. So now we have discussed about the 7 characteristics of business. So this is what the characteristics of business. First one, it is an economic activity. Then production and procurement of goods and services, sale or exchange of goods, then dealing in goods and services on a regular basis, profit earning, uncertainty of return, element of risk. This is all about the business. Next one, we will be seeing about the comparison between business, profession and employment. Now, we can move on to the next topic, business, profession, employment. So, now in that what we are going to see, what is business? I have already said to you what is business. Business is act of being busy in general, we know that. But a business should have activity of buying and selling of goods, isn't it? That only is called as business. So, and that activity should be for what? And that activity should be for profit only. So, you should do that work also for mainly for profit only. So, to earn profit, to earn income in way of profit only, you do business. So, in business, you will buy goods, you will manufacture, and you will sell. Isn't it? So, that is why it is called as business. Now, what is profession? Profession means a person will have a special knowledge about some particular field. So, that person is called as professional. That person is called as professional. The work which he is doing or that service which he is rendering with that special knowledge is called as profession. Okay, ma'am? So, how you will say that special knowledge? So, that special knowledge is acquired by studying or by some codes are there, or generally some guidelines are there, some code of professional bodies will be giving you how you should behave, what you should do and all. So, if you are qualified under that, you will be called as professional. The task or the service which you are giving is called as profession. Say for example, if you are a doctor, you will be under the medical council, isn't it? That will be the medical council will be giving you the professional things, what all you should do, your code of conduct, everything will be given, and that certificate you are a doctor will also be given from the medical council only. If you are a chartered accountant doing an accounting job, in that case Institute of Chartered Accountant of India will be giving you the certificate. So you have to study, if you have to study CA, you have to clear CA, then you have to get the certificate of practice. After getting the certificate of practice only, you will be able to do that profession. Then only you will called as a professional. Same way you are having, for lawyers you are having bar council. So in every profession there is one specified place, or there is some specified one guidelines will be there which is given by special institute. According to that guidelines, if you are qualified, you are called as professional. The task which you are doing is called as profession. Then what is employment about? Employment means a work done by a person. Understood? A work done by a person who may be qualified or may not be qualified, but he is working for wages or salary. Okay, in here the person who is working is called as employer. The person who is working is called as employer. He is also rendering service only. Are you able to understand? So he is also giving service only, but he is getting what? Wages or salary. If you are doing business, you are called as entrepreneur. Okay, you are called as what? Entrepreneur. The person who is doing the business is called as entrepreneur. The person who is doing profession is called as professional. The person who is in employment, he is called as employee. Okay, are you able to understand this? Now, for the person who is an entrepreneur, what is the how is he getting the economic activity? He is doing economic activity in business, no? So what is that he is getting in return? He will get profit, isn't it? So he will get profit, which is money. Professional person will get fees. Okay. Then say we go for doctor, we'll give 100 rupees or 200 as per the doctor fees. Okay, that is the example for you. For an employee, what is the thing? So the employer will give salary or wages. With this basic understanding, we are now going to differentiate 8 points about business, profession and employment. Okay. So now, what is business? In business, how will you establish a business? What is establish? Bringing or starting a new business. How will you start a new business? How can I start a new business? I am a person. Okay. I am getting an idea to have a petty shop. Okay, so that is, if I am starting a business, if I am doing a business, or if I am having an idea to do a business, what I am called as? I am called as entrepreneur, isn't it? So according to my decision, only the business can be started. As per my idea, I can start, but I will be having some legal formalities where I have to go and register myself, isn't it? If I am under GST, I have to register myself under GST law. I have to get permission from Panchayat or from village VAO. Like that, I have some formalities, isn't it? So after doing all the formalities, according to my decision or according to the entrepreneur's decision, you can start a business. How about a profession then? For a profession, the membership is required. What is membership? You have cleared being solicited. That council is there, no? Institute of Chartered Accountant of India or Bar Council or Medical Council, whatever it is. That according to that you should get their number. Okay, that is membership. Then certificate of practice, that you have qualified. Only if you are getting that certificate only, after getting that certificate only, you can start profession. Okay, then how about an employment? How can you start becoming an employee? After getting the appointment letter or service agreement. Okay, so after getting appointment letter, your work will start. So when will the business will start? According to the decision of the entrepreneur. When profession will start? Profession will start when I am getting the certificate of practice. When will my employment start? My employment will start when I am getting the appointment letter or service agreement from the employer. Then only my employment will start. Is that clear? Now, what is the second point? Second point is nature of work. What is the work you are doing? Say, in business, they will be dealing with goods or services. They will be producing, then they will be selling the goods or services to the public. They will be giving the goods and services to the public. What is the work of profession? They will be rendering personalized expert service. Okay, what is personalized expert service? See, we told already who is a professional. He is an expert in some field. He is having some special knowledge. Personalized means what? I am giving, see, if I am a doctor, I am giving personal service to you, isn't it? I can't give this, I am not giving that to everyone. So what I am giving only to one person, it is personalized. It is between that the patient and the doctor, isn't it? So it is personalized expert. I am expert in it, isn't it? So expert service. So it is personalized and expert service. What I am giving a service which is personalized and which is an expert service. Now, what is the work of employment? In employment, what you will do? As per the agreement or as per the appointment letter, if you are appointed as a manager, you will be managing all the work. If you are appointed as a sweeper, you will be doing sweeping work. If you are appointed as an accountant, you will be seeing the accounts work. So as per the contract, you should act. That is called performing work as per contract. That is what you will be doing here. So business, my work is goods and services. In profession, it is personalized expert services. In employment, what it is? It is performing the work as per the contract. Are you able to understand, my dears? Now, what is the third point? The third point is about qualification. What is the qualification means? Qualification means some education. Is there any requirement for a business person to be educated? No. If you say for example, if you want to start a petty shop, if you know addition and subtraction itself is enough. Okay, wow. You need not be educated also for that. So there is no qualification. Only after studying 10th you can do business. There is no rules like that. Only, and there is no minimum qualification. There is no minimum qualification means there is no requirement of education in this business. You may be educated, you may not be educated, you may be an expert, you may not be an expert. Nothing is required. If you are an entrepreneur, there is no need of any qualification. But for a profession, what is required? We already saw, right? We have separate council for every profession. As per that profession, you should be qualified. You have to study and you have to pass and you have to get the certificate as qualified. Means what? Qualified means you are ready. So that readiness you have to get as per that council. You have to be an expert in that. You will be having training. Even lawyer is having training, doctors are having trainee doctors. In chartered accountant also you will have to be doing some training. So in what field you are, you have to get that training. You should convert as an expert and you should also have qualification. So now in case of employment, what is the qualification? See, according to the employment, according to the nature of job, if the employer is specifying the qualification, that qualification you should possess. See, if you are a sweeper or if you are a helper, there is, if the employer is saying no need of any qualification, without even studying or without even any qualification, you can be in that. For an accountant, if the employer is asking for a person who is a BCom graduate for an accountant means, then the qualification is BCom. So as per the prescription of or as per the employer's prescription, the qualification will change for the employment. Okay, wow. So the employee qualification depends on what the employer is expecting. Okay. Now, what is the next point? Written. Written means what? What I am getting back. So by business, what I am getting back? By doing business, I am getting profit. Okay. So that is my written. Okay. Wow. So if I am a professional person, what will I get back? I will get fees, professional fees. That is, doctor means I am giving you fees. No, if I am going visiting a doctor, we give doctor fees. So for a profession, you will not say it as profit. You will say it as fees. Okay. So professional fees. Now, third, employment means what is that? They are getting back for doing the service. They will get salary or wages. If you are a helper or sweeper or whatever, you will be given wages. If you are a manager, you will be given salary. If you are a accountant also, you will be given salary. What is salary and what is wages? Wages means it may be given on daily basis or weekly basis. It is called as wages. What is salary? Every month you are getting the money. It is called as salary. Okay. With this basic understanding, we are moving to the next point, which is capital investment. Should you invest capital for a business? Yes, you should invest capital for a business. How much you should invest capital for a business? Is there any rules for that? See, there is no rules for that. So, if how will you define the capital is depending upon the size of the business. If I am doing a petty shop, I may be requiring a capital of 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. That is my investment. If I am doing some other job other than this petty shop which requires more capital, say for example I am starting a KFC restaurant or a meet and eat franchisee, I am taking that. In that case, what will be my capital? My capital would be 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs. In that case, if I am starting a very big company like a Jio, I will be requiring crores and crores of money. So according to the size of the organization, the capital will change. Now for profession, should you invest capital? Yes, you should invest capital. How? See, if you are a doctor also, you will be having a clinic. To have a clinic, you should have a room, isn't it? For that you will be giving rent, or if it is a own also, that is also a capital only. You will be requiring bench, table, chair and fan. Everything is all included in capital. So here also capital is required, but the capital is very limited. The capital is limited only. So for now, third point, employment. In employment, do you require any capital? There is no need of any capital because you are going and working there and coming. There is no capital investment there. Okay, the capital is given by only employer, not the employee. We are talking about employee only here. So no capital. So there no one will be asking. The employer will not be asking you, give me 10,000 and then only I will give you job. That and all no one will be saying. So that is called employment. Next one, risk. Next point we are talking about risk. Is there any risk in business? Yes, we saw right in the last topic what we saw, uncertainty, isn't it? We saw about uncertainty, that uncertainty is associated with risk, isn't it? The main point, uncertainty is associated with risk of loss, isn't it? So profit, will you be confident or is there any guarantee that every month the business will be earning only profit? No. If there is a lockdown, there is a loss, isn't it? So profit for a business is highly uncertain. You cannot say whether, uncertain means you cannot define or you cannot say whether surely, that is called uncertain. So you cannot say whether profit you will get or not. So profit is uncertain. So always there is risk in business. Always there is risk in business. Next point, profession. In profession there is only fees, isn't it? So fees means what is the fees, you know? If one person is coming, that person have to give that fees. So fees is certain, which is you can say how much fees you have to collect. So if I am seeing 10 customers, if I am seeing 10 clients, then I will be getting that much amount of fees. So fees is certain, but risk is there or not? Yes, risk is there. For doctor profession, risk may not be there. Okay, but we will not say, sir, I will give tomorrow or not, we will not say. But in profession like lawyer or chartered accountant, the client may or may not give money. Okay, they may or may not give the fees. So there is some risk. They may not give. In case if the case failed, if the person denied to pay money, there is risk, isn't it, for that lawyer? That is what they are saying. So there are some risk. For employment, is there any risk? No risk at all. You can think, if I am coming for job, I will get salary. If I am not coming for job, my work will go. That's all. No risk. But there is some risk, very little risk. What is that little risk? The employer, if he is facing loss. See, now in this lockdown situation, many employer did not give salary to their employees, isn't it? So there is now risk, isn't it? So that the employer did not give salary. So there is little risk. Risk is there, but it is very little, or it is negligible only. So no risk also we can say, no problem. Now next one, transfer of interest. What is transfer of interest means? I am doing a business, okay? Now after attaining the age of 60 plus or 70 plus, I am having an interest to give my business to my child. Okay, so after my death you will continue the business. Can I say or not? Yes, I can say. But this is as per law, you have to change everything, isn't it? So the title, everything will be in my name only. The business, everything will be in my name. I have to shift everything to my child name. Then my child can do that work. So I can transfer my my business from my name to my child name. So there is no problem in this. So there is transfer is possible in business. Now we are going to profession. I am a chartered accountant. Okay. After attaining age of 60, can I transfer my certificate of practice to my child? Is that possible? No. Even if you are a doctor, even if you are a lawyer, only if you are an expert in that, you will get the certificate. You cannot transfer the certificate which you got to your child or to anyone. So here transfer is not possible. Okay, va? In employment also, I am working means either I will work or I will not work. Only that option is there. I can't transfer my work to anyone of my family. Okay, va? So after I cannot write in will. Write in will na will எழுத முடியாது. Okay, va? After my death, my child will work in same designation what I did அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் will எல்லாம் எழுத முடியாது. Okay, va? That is what they are saying. So here also transfer is not possible. Next one, code of conduct. What is code of conduct? How should you do? What should you do? அப்படிங்கிற code of conduct. இங்க businessல you don't have any code of conduct. Okay va? In profession you have code of conduct which is been as per the council. You will be doing the profession. So there is a code of conduct as per the profession. Okay va? Now for an employment there is code of conduct. Who is prescribing the code of conduct? The norms laid down by the employer. How you should be in the office அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்க ஆஃபீஸ் ரூல்ஸ் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதை யார் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க? எம்ப்ளாயர் will be saying. So as per that you should act. That is called as norms. So norms laid down by the employer. So this is all the difference about profession, business and employment. Are you all clear in this? So in business there are few things which is not there for which is there for other two. So you have to be clear in everything. Business may not have any qualification, but in profession you need qualification. In employment also you may need qualification. Yes or no? So இங்க no, மீதி ரெண்டு இடத்துல yes இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி எங்கெங்க yes வரும் no வரும்னு சொல்லிட்டு with basic understanding you can with simple understanding and simple thinking itself you will be able to answer this question. And hope you understood this concept. We will meet up in the next class. Thank you students.